Hey, this is Carl Evans, racing the KCK Lubricants number 17 at Sydney Motorsport Park this weekend. So the data is the part where they pick me to bits after the race, trying to put in a good lap and just get put to bits. We've just finished looking over the video from the race, and now we'll start looking at the data.
Marcello here, part of the KCK Formula 3 racing group. So at the moment we're just looking over some data from Kyle's race 2. Really helpful tool. Lets us look at what the driver's doing, what the car's doing. We can make any changes, discuss feedback, and hopefully for the next race we can make some alterations and see if we can gain some time. So in this basic page here, we've got a lot of good data. So we've got brake trace, throttle trace, speed and RPMs, as well as steering input. So we can really analyse lap against lap, see where our quickest points are, where we need to improve, how the car's handling, how the driver's reacting to certain changes. So it makes it a really easy way to gain speed. So there's some couple of easy points that we can look at when we're looking at these graphs here. So one of them being brake trace. We can look at to see how Kyle's applying the brake. So we want a nice sharp uplift and then a teeter off, as well as we can look at his throttle inputs. So we want like a nice hard onto the throttle. In certain areas, obviously, he'll be off the throttle, dabbing the throttle and stuff. So we try and trim up a little bit here and there. And then we can also look at his gear changes and how he's changing and upshifted gears, making sure we're maximizing revs and not over revving the car as well on downshifts. Thing with the Formula 3s is obviously the aero. A lot of that we can look at the speed trace, especially Sydney Motorsport Park, turn 1, very high aero load. We want to make sure we're maximising the aero as well as our top speed. So obviously we could have tailwinds, headwinds, so we can go back to the data, look at the speed trace, make some aero changes and see how that's performing with the conditions of the day. So another handy tool we can use with the data is looking at engine performance. Obviously we want to maximise the engine performance. We can advance and retard the timing of the engine. We look at ambient temps, everything like that. So in these graphs here, we can see that we've got like a NOx sensor for each cylinder, so we can see how it's performing when we make additions, as well as any changes with temperature, especially with ducting and stuff like that, as the temperature gets cooler and hotter, as well as that plays on aero. So things that we can look at easily.
So with data, since there's so many corners at a track, if you can pick the data to bits and get like a 10th on every corner, then you're like second in front. So after the race and each session, we usually look at data and see if we've made any improvements over certain laps, if we can possibly like increase mid-corner speed, like brake later, and like different sections of the corner, and see what we could be doing to find more time through the sessions and through the day. So this was round 6 at Sydney Motorsport Park, running the KCK Lubricants Gilmour car. Thanks for watching.